Maybe it's just if you're ever been available for State of Origin. I don't know.
Because they saw Daniel Tupou taking off to Tonga.
Tonga.
So, okay, Josh, come play for us now. We want you now.
I think that's just desserts because he should have played Origin. They were stupid for not putting him in. I'm glad they didn't put him in.
Yeah, I know you're glad for not putting him. But man, they did because Tupou didn't do jack shit, man. Because Queensland didn't even do enough high balls for him to be in the team, you know?
Well, that's the thing. Like, I guess, yeah.
I
don't know why I keep compensating for why your team does silly things.
You know, it's cool about State of Origin because we had this discussion on the podcast all the time. Like, where does this passion for us about State of Origin come from?
Yeah.
Because if you compare this kind of passion we have for State of Origin when that time rolls around, compared to our passions for any other New Zealand sport, whether it be Blues or Auckland rugby or local club rugby, it's not comes even close.
No.
And State of Origin is far from us.
Yeah,
we're not even nowhere connected to Queensland or New South Wales, but we choose to go all out when that time comes around. When State of Origin comes around, you know.
Well, yeah, Roger, when he was playing over in France, the expat Aussies just thought he was crazy. Like, mate, you're a Kiwi. Like, what the hell are you doing? Like, why are you getting hyped up? So, we're doing hype, because that's when we're still here getting hyped.
Yeah.
And he's over there, like, seeing our messages and he's getting hyped. They're like, bro, you're not even a bloody Aussie. Like, why are you so crazy about this thing? Yeah, I can't explain it. Like, yeah, a lot of Kiwis just love it. Like, I don't know why.
I think it's I think it's that sporting culture that they've tapped into our like fucking tribalism to that thing.
Yeah, just that mentality.
Yeah, and make us have that mentality. So think about it. We supported these teams for ever since, right? And it's ever since.
Why? That's the thing. I can't actually say why. If anyone asks me like, why are you a Queenslander? I'll probably tell them like my random memory from when I was little, coming home from but that's like cool story. But why has that made you fucking like an idiot when it comes that time of year? I have no idea.
Well, I think it's the identity of it, right? Because our allegiance is the identity of what Queenslanders during the State of Origin, specifically, not anything else.
Yeah.
Like we're not supporting Queensland Reds.
Yeah, true that. Yeah, exactly. It's not like the territory, like I'm a Queensland because I came from there.
Yeah, it's the actual identity of the rugby league team that's in the representative game of State of Origin. Because that's like the pinnacle of rugby league, right?
Yeah.
It's like every year there's 3 games, which is high quality, top notch, top line rugby league game you can never see anywhere else. Repeated. 3 games. You can call the NRL Grand Final same thing, but that's 2 club teams of the highest. But
well, yeah, it's not the same hype. It's not the
yeah, that's right. But I think with State of Origin, it's only 2 teams, so we align to these 2 teams. It's not like we have to choose between the whole NRL clubs.
But is that some marketing magic that every other business in the world want? Because how do you attract Kiwis, all people who kind of go, yep, that's my state. That because the game is essentially your state of origin. Like, this is me representing Queensland, this is me representing New South Wales, yet somehow it's traversed across the Tasman to us to make us so go, I'm a Queenslander. I never lived there in my life. I've never been born there, but and the same for you, New South. Like, look at Roger, he's crazy New South, but it's like, why? So it's like it's marketing magic. Like, whatever they've done, this is what I guess all these other teams. Because it's nothing about the commentary. People go, it's the way they talk about the game. In the game, it's like, the height of it. And it's like that first hit. Like, I guess it's just subconsciously we're like, bring it on for that first hit. And yeah, I don't know. It's just that excitement of coming together for those games. Yeah, that's marketing magic. Because
but it has to be the quality of the game too, right? Because if this is the pinnacle of rugby league, right, you have to choose a team.
But then there's been games where I don't know if they've tried to manufacture it. Like, I've still enjoyed the game, but even through the commentary and even the lead ups, people feel like, oh, it's you're kind of building it up and you guys talk it up, and it's not really that fun. But as a spectator, like every game, I'm like, man, yeah, Hundy's like, whatever you're saying, I don't see that. Maybe that's people that are trying to say something because they don't understand it. But yeah, through the years, I guess every year that state of origin is a feature. Like, I don't know how that is a thing.
The way they market it, if you look at how they market it, it's drama, right? It's
But I guess the way we react to that, like, because I don't understand football fans, that craziness level.
That's crazy.
And so, yeah, that kind of culture, like, how do you breed that? Because I guess we look at it like, oh, how do you breed that origin stuff to get that in Kiwi rugby or, New Zealand? But then you look at football fans, that's another level. No wonder they earn so much playing that game, because it's like, well, yeah, you got fans that are having street fights before they they're going to the game, and
the hoodlums,
yeah.
the football hooligans.
That's like, the hooligans. Yeah. That's just next level. So we think, we're crazy about Origin, but yeah, we're not busting people's heads on the way to Origin, like, oh, go watch them at the bar and fussy these guys before we get to the bar.
But that's like being proud someone. Like, you go to a isolated place and you see another brown person. Someone, and automatically, because there's that identity that brings you together, right? So I think the same identity is in sports. If you identify with the same team,
yeah.
But I think State Origin is another level because it is the pinnacle of rugby league. It's quality game, and the way they market New South versus Queensland, we got no choice but to choose a team. If you're a fan of rugby league,
there's no fence.
There's no fence. There's no other team to choose from. Only two teams. Which side are you? How are you gonna choose your team? If you have no affiliation with these two teams, is it the most people you support on the team? Or is it your family? Is it your family lives in Queensland? Family lives in.
Well,
how you gonna do
it? I guess a lot of it comes down to if it's family or someone played in that team or I've got family living there, because you find a way to connect to that. Because it's like you're saying, only two teams, and if you love the sport. And you love these players that you watch, 26 weeks of the year. It's like, well, I want to see where he's playing. Oh, he's playing in that team. Yeah, and so, probably as a little kid, that's that little subconscious, like, oh, yeah, that's my team because I like that guy.
But when you touched on how crazy NFL is or American football, did you see the game yesterday, or there was a college game between University of Tennessee and Alabama? Now, Alabama is always the top team. They're like the top team in college football. Yeah.
Oh, college. Oh, yeah.
They're like the top team all the time. All the best players come from that school.
Oh, yeah.
So they always win. But they lost to underdog last night. It was Tennessee, University of Tennessee, and it was just packed because it colors orange.
So what's packed at college football like?
It's just packed full of fans.
But like as big as Eden Park, like that? Because I heard colleges like big.
Nah, it's packed. It's big. It's massive. It's like 50,000.
Oh shit!
Just packed full of supporters of that university.
Yeah.
So what happened? Because they beat Alabama, the security couldn't do anything. I think the whole stadium just rushed the whole field.
Oh, true. Because of that. Because they had done something
and took down the post. The
actual post.
They took down the post and just took it out of the stadium. They took it out of the stadium and took it on the street and dumped it in the river.
Hey. Sure.
You should watch it on YouTube. It's wicked. But you just see because it was a tie. It was like 5 seconds to go.
Oh, like a final play too.
Yeah. 5 seconds to go, and Tennessee had the kick for goal. It was 49-all.
Yeah.
And kicked the goal went through the post. And then
time whenever just went crazy.
All the crowd just came, filled up the whole stadium, and the security had to take all the players off. And they just all jumped on the post and took it down.
I can imagine, like I just listening to the story, I can imagine the energy, like kind of like an origin moment. Like it's the same thing. Like if you've been like struggling like for like, oh man, these guys like just dominating, like we're the worst team. To do that, yeah. That's next level though. Like that's a so how long have they been standing like unbeaten?
I don't know. But I know Alabama's one of the top schools.
Man, that's crazy though. Like I guess that's just that passion.
Mm.
Because if it's not a long time or something you've been waiting to do, then it's just crazy.
But I think when you talk about American sports, that's what they're really good at. They're really good at cultivating that sort of energy, that sort of culture,
just
sports
hyping it.
culture.
Yeah.
Because I think it all starts with schools and colleges. You know how they have those alumni.
Ah, yeah.
You know, no matter how old you are, you always you're always loyal to that school where you came from. Yeah.
I've seen that I think I was watching some trash TV, but it's like her partner that she's like, oh yeah, this guy's from this university. I think it was like a Married at First Sight.
Yeah.
And then the dad was like from that university, and like, oh, they got along really well because it's like they're alumni and they're doing their handshakes and stuff. It's
Yeah.
So I guess
it's a thing in America. Like you always have to, because they have a mascot too. They always have mascots, so it's all part of
that's right.
building
They
a
really just
relationship.
build that.
Yeah, and if you leave the school, you always have that relationship
And
to
you're
your
just
school.
tired of that. Like,
Yeah.
That's us. Like that's my symbol.
Yeah. Just like you guys in Liston,
Yeah. I was gonna say
Like-
it's that same kind of.
it's the same kind of thing. Like I know for me, I don't have that back. Yeah, I don't have that kind of. We don't have that thing back at.
Yeah, and I didn't. Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe
Yeah,
it's
White
the,
Sack.
Yeah.
Like we don't have any proud thing for being from that school.
But yeah, I guess it's like you're saying, maybe it's that tribalism, because the LST stuff was off the back of the gangsters, not just the boys trying to just be them. Yeah.
I think that's all that's related. That how that happens, how LST happens, is the same as sports.
Yeah.
Because you're part of something.
It's just building that.
You build a brand out
you
of it.
belong kind of thing to this.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think that's what Americans are really good at. And I think that's why their sports are rich. Because I think what happens is that people spend money. Because what you're actually doing is making people loyal to something.
Yeah.
They'll invest their whole lives, their
Well, you
finances
think
to
clothing,
that. Yeah,
hats,
exactly.
all those kind of things. Like,
Yeah.
you think how many Queensland jerseys are bought.
Yeah.
And,
See?
but it's building that because you know how they do their Monday night football. Everyone comes to the house and they
Yeah.
potluck dinners. Because I look at that, that's kind of, we're building that same culture like Origin. Like I saw when Artie's boy came, and like now he's gonna be New South forever. Like just coming and seeing that kind of, and then just like this is the like, and seeing that like really like challenging each other, going hard out. But then it's fun, so it's like, I want to do this. Like, this is, and I guess that's what we're trying to...
Yeah, and that's
the same kind of thing, building. Like, I don't know how that... Because it's not conscious. It's not like we go, let's build the next generation.
Nah.
Because I was like, hey, no kids. It's Origin, man, the kids. What the hell? I had to censor myself all night, mate.
Because you look at what we built, what Isaiah built at his house. Every day of Origin comes around.
I try and tell people, like, I feel like an idiot when I'm like, what you do? And it's like, calm down, man. What are you on about? Like, he's this rugby tournament on a Wednesday night. How do you not know, man?
I mean, we've built it into a traditional thing, right? It's tradition, right?
No.
To go game 2 over there, and all the boys go and watch the games and that. But every year it's like that. But we've built that up. You're right. We didn't plan to do it, but it just happened there.
Yeah. It's not like everyone's there like, yeah, man, this is gonna where we always talk. Yeah, no, I think it's out of it just how. But I guess it's that same American, like however they've. But that's the thing. Like, was that the plan? Like these marketing people thought, people will gather around their homes and they'll come and watch this game. And
I think it got to a point where it just happened naturally, and then they decided to even throw a catalyst as well and make it into, because college sports is a $1 billion industry, and the players don't get jack shit. The schools get all the money, right?
Oh, okay.
And the NCAA gets all the money, and it's televised. All these games are televised.
Yeah.